It's a head, your choice.
Whatever Ronnie O'Sullivan says, it is a rivalry. It's always spicy. Ali Carter against the Rocket.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
But of course, their career head-to-head is very lopsided indeed. So 14 wins out of 15 so far for O'Sullivan, but Ken Donzi, over the best of 7 frames, Carter can beat anyone.
Yes, totally agree, Phil, particularly if he's on his game. And he'll definitely be fired up for this, no doubt about that. Even the little elbow shake, if you want to call it, there was a hardly looked at each other. Good opener.
1.
But unfortunately, for Ali, just cue ball running past that back line doesn't really give him an option of taking this. Well, if he takes this brown on into the left centre, it's not the best angle. You'd have to screw in off the ball cushion and back off the side cushion, but I don't think it's a great angle. Let's see. Might show his sort of intent for tonight now. Just an awkward angle, so maybe just a safety shot, but a good opener nonetheless.
Ali Carter 1.
Yes, the pre-match pleasantries weren't that pleasant, were they? And that was the case when they met in the semi-final of the Northern Ireland Open last month. That was also rather frosty. Carter led 3-1 at the interval, but then O'Sullivan really turned on the heat.
Yeah, just have a look at this again, Phil. I mean, Carter, Ronnie barely just gives him a glance. Even he looks more at the elbow than he does at Carter. And Carter had a little Royce small, so there is a little bit of needle. There's no harm in that. I mean, they're from the same area, of course. Essex, not far from each other. Would have known each other as kids. And played, as you said, 15 times. Of course, the memorable ones for Ali Carter would be those 2 World Championship final losses to Ronnie O'Sullivan, and there were quite heavy defeats as well. But on his day, Phil, I do like watching Ali Carter play. He's fast, he's fluent, good score, good long putter, cues the ball very nicely indeed. Just very inconsistent. And of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan, we all know how great he is. It just depends. From his intro, he said he hasn't practiced that much, so we'll see how sharp he is. Of course, he had problems with his tip last week as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he starts off in this match.
Well, it's one of the worst finals I think he's ever played in the Scottish Open against Mark Selby. Some of the balls he missed were really unexpected. Like that.
Yeah, that's one of those shots that sort of gives you a little indication about how you're cueing him. And particularly if you practice a lot. I mean, he was quite a long way away from that. That'd be a little shock to the system, yeah. I think Neil Foles made a very good point there, Phil, about, you know, Ronnie only won the World Championship back in August. Season started almost immediately after that, and he hasn't really had his, you know, normal break this summer after the World Championship, and maybe the season has started a little bit too early for him. He had to play in a few of the events, but he's really hasn't prepared well. Here's another tester.
One.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot. Oh, that'll make him feel good. Such a difficult shot to cue in, this long red. And he's nicely out for the black into the same pocket. I'm just wondering, the black spot looks covered. I wonder, will he try and move this red off the black spot, or will he just go around it? Yeah. Well, he tried to move it, but could have hit it a little bit harder. Funny enough, the cue ball has come to rest on the black spot. Referee Leo Scullion having a look at the pink spot. No, it doesn't fit on there, so it goes on the highest available, which is the blue. Now, the only problem here is if he pots this red, gets on the black, when the black re-spots, will it still be potable?
No.
Wow. Let that one go a little bit, but still on the yellow.
I think everyone who's played on this table so far initially has been surprised by its pace. Higgins was last night. So too Trump this afternoon. It's a flying machine.
Yeah, decided to go into the pack of reds there, but hasn't come that nice unless there's a red into the right centre pocket. Once again, you've got to cue these very sweetly. No.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 11.
Just doesn't have that sharpness that you would expect from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Not at the moment, in any way.
Well, if O'Sullivan is misfiring, you have to take advantage.
Well, this time it's an excellent opportunity for Ali Carter.
One.
I totally agree with you, Phil. He's got to make the most of these opportunities. Black available into both pockets, and when he pots this red, that will free up the pink spot.
Nine.
It doesn't really have to do any, make any little cannons. There's plenty of loose reds. I mean, couldn't have put them better with your hand here.
$15. 16. 23. 24.
A little bit of a
31.
nervy one, that one. Short of pace. I wanted to be another 4 or 5 inches up the table. Straighter on this red. Could still maybe hold for the pink. Played
32.
it nicely. And he's one of those players, Phil, that even though his record against Ronnie O'Sullivan is very one-sided in his opponent's advantage,
39.
I don't think that would really bother him too much. You know, he's a confident enough person to say, look, anything can happen on the day. He's certainly looked pretty confident around the table so far.
Yes, and I think he'll definitely be encouraged by what he's seen from O'Sullivan thus far. If it was just an isolated single
45.
frame, maybe we shouldn't read too much into it, but coming hard on the heels of that hammering by
46.
Mark Selby in the final of the Scottish Open just a couple of days ago, you have to worry as to whether O'Sullivan can pull himself up by his bootstraps and find some form.
$52.
Yeah, 42 the lead, so red and black will be 50. Of course, that loose red beside Ali Carter's hand, that and another colour should put pay to this
52.
frame, which means he doesn't need to develop the 2 reds below the black, or he doesn't need the red that's tight to the right hand side cushion. You see it, 50 ahead, 59 remaining.
60.
It's one of these occasions, though, you want to stay at the table as long as possible and keep your opponent in his chair. He would have seen Ronnie O'Sullivan come back to the table, even if he was in a precarious position needing 10 or 15 snookers, he would still probably come back to try and get a little bit of table time. So he doesn't want that, Ali Carter here. He wants to try and put as many of these balls as possible and keep Ronnie O'Sullivan in that chair. Keep him cold.
$61.
So this is frame ball.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot. Sort of forced the cue ball
16.
through on a little angle just to touch the second red and leave this red on into the left corner pocket.
$69.
Nice shot. Now, he does have an angle. He could play for the red that's closest to the right centre pocket. He could play for a double, or he could try and move the red. It's in a nice position for a double. And that's what he's going to play.
76. 77. 84. 85.
Oh, certainly a good way to start off this match, Phil. We were both looking forward to it. And if you can put this black and get on the yellow, you may even make a century here. But he's laid down a really good marker here, Ali Carter.
92. 94.
We talked about Ronnie's sharpness or lack of it, and that was one of a few misses already in this opening frame, but that was the costly one.
97.
Not the best kiss on the brown, so this for the century. It would be his 8th century break against O'Sullivan over the years. O'Sullivan against him has made 26. Well done. Century number 12 of this tournament already. The record, by the way, is 33 from last season, and that's under threat.
$106. 112 on the turn.
What a perfect start from Ali Carter in this one red to the middle, but then with his second chance, made hay. A century break, he leads Ronnie O'Sullivan by a frame to nil.
Thanks very much. Okay, Alan.
It's ill-advised to be alarmist about a single frame of snooker, but one has to say the warning signs for Ronnie O'Sullivan are there, particularly in light of the fact he was heavily beaten in that Scottish Open final on Sunday. Carter's well aware of all this. He'll want to press on.
Yeah, and the fact that, we heard in Ronnie's interview, Phil, at the top of the programme, that he hasn't practiced since that final. Got a new tip on, and I would have expected a couple of days, maybe a little bit of practice each day, but no, he hasn't bothered. That was the question mark, really, how sharp he could be. Early signs don't look good, but we all know how quickly Ronnie O'Sullivan can turn things around. Here's another chance for him. It's a bad safety from Ali Carter. He's been a bit fortunate, Ali, that the black has gone pretty close to this top cushion.
One.
Well, that's the second time today a ball has gone into that pocket and dropped onto the carpet.
Four. Five.
Generating deep screw on this cloth is no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, nice shot. Not a bad little flick on the blue. I mean, he could elect to take the blue and go into the left-hand side of the bunch, but he's looking at the green.
Eight.
Yeah, see, that black being so close to this top cushion is causing a little problem for Ronnie. He's just coming around to have a look at the pink. Well, the pink pot certainly pots into the same pocket as the red has gone for, so he may try and elect to get onto the pink here. He's certainly on it now. Be more advantageous when the pink pots that it will go in the black spot as opposed to its own spot. Oh, this hasn't worked out nicely at all. Yeah, see, it goes on the black spot,
15.
but that little cannon on the reds hasn't proved fruitful for Ronnie O'Sullivan here, so a little bit unlucky there.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 15.
Millions around the world will be on the edge of their seats tonight. So many fans of Ronnie O'Sullivan in so many different countries. One of his biggest fans is a gentleman called Adrian Weller, who's a performance program director, I should say, for AI at the Alan Turing Institute. A very clever man is Adrian, a principal research fellow at Cambridge University. He absolutely loves his snooker. He loves Ronnie O'Sullivan, and he says he's spiritually uplifting to watch him play. Describes his play as glorious, beautiful, artistic. Absolutely right, Adrian. Mr. Weller, by the way, celebrating his 50th birthday on Thursday. So let's hope he can get an early birthday present with an O'Sullivan victory.
No, that's much better.
1.
And from Ronnie O'Sullivan, beautifully cued. Just have a look at this. Almost effortless. He didn't get into the cue ball as much as he would have liked. Just doesn't have a nice angle on the blue.
Rainbow.
Not going for the brown, just playing a good
Ronnie
safety
O'Sullivan,
shot
one.
and try and snooker the reds from behind the yellow, and he looks to have achieved that.
Now, I may be proved inconclusively, or should I say conclusively incorrect later on in this match, but right now it seems to me that, certainly for the last season or two, Ronnie O'Sullivan, he's had a lot more patience than in previous years, much better attitude, much less likely to become frustrated.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
And I think that could be a real key this evening.
Check this one.
Well, I don't think it's a free ball, but referee Leo Scullion just coming down to have a check. It must be pretty close. There's a couple of reds. And that's why he's putting up the red next to the red. He's taking the red out of the pocket there. So to see if Ronnie O'Sullivan can hit the extreme.
Free ball.
Well, it is a free ball. Wow. Well, that's incredible. And it's a big advantage to Ronnie O'Sullivan as well. Brown over the yellow pocket will count as a red.
Rainbow, thank you.
Ali Carter can't believe it. Didn't intend to hit the yellow there with the cue ball, but he's still okay. He's got the angle on the green to get down for this red. Maybe that's closest to the pink. Cue that one nicely.
4. Five.
Purposely found the gap there.
11. 12.
In his younger days, you always got the feeling that if things started to go badly for him, there was always the danger he would start to lash out and play inappropriate, self-destructive shots.
18.
That does not happen anywhere near as often in the last few years.
$19.
Well, when he hit that first, he thought he missed it. He stayed right down on the shot, and it was only the pace and gravity that took that red in. Have a look at this. This looks a wide to me. This new cloth, though, look how far up the jaw it hits. Any harder, and it was staying out. And what a relief for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Congratulations to Rob Milkins, by the way he played last night. But one has to say, in the last frame against Neil Robertson, he had a red go into that pocket that I never thought was in.
33.
Yeah, just the pace as well, wasn't it? So Ronnie O'Sullivan, 53 points to the good. Pink will put him 59 ahead. But still, 75 remaining. Has he hit this over? Hit it. Oh. Once again, thought he overhit it. The cue ball was going to snooker him on this red, but he's okay.
40.
This is better for Ronnie O'Sullivan. A quick glance at the scoreboard. Pink and red still required.
46.
Just a little bit short of pace. He's got to give this red every bit of care and attention. Frame ball. Yeah, nicely played.
47.
So better from O'Sullivan in this frame. He was patient. Played a good snooker when he could have gone for blue or brown.
52.
Got a free ball, and this is the result. Good response.
53.
Ken, you'll know what I mean here. I think Ronnie O'Sullivan, in my book, is the best bad table player I've ever seen. He won a tournament in Bangkok in Thailand in the mid-90s, a world ranking
58.
event, on an absolute brute of a table and made it look ridiculously
59.
easy. But when he gets on a table like this, which is a simply wonderful surface, if he starts to flow, we could be in for a treat.
65.
Well, we've already been treated to a
66.
century in the first frame from Ali Carter. Can Ronnie O'Sullivan respond with another one in frame 2? Good so far.
$72. 73. $78. 80. 83. 87.
You don't hit the balls on this table, you caress them, cajole them. And no one's better than
98.
that than O'Sullivan.
$105.
Delicacy at the end. A lovely century to reply to Carter's in the first frame. What a start. It is 1-1.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Marshall Arena. It's always a special night when Ronnie O'Sullivan plays, and here, Ken, he's been very circumspect.
Yeah, that was just a simple little shot. I mean, he could have potted the blue or even potted the brown, but there was no value in it. And he played just a very simple little shot, Phil, but very effective, because that proved very costly for Ollie Carter. Left the free ball and sat in his chair for the rest of the frame. So excellent start to this match. Hotly anticipated match, I must say. And both players have lived up to the expectation.
Let me quickly just tell you that on the other table, David Grace has drawn first blood against Yan Bingtao.
Thanks, Art.
Ollie Carter having a good look to see if he's got an edge of this red. It's pretty tight, so body language, the way he's sizing up, would say that he doesn't have an edge. So he's going to play into the back of the reds off 2 cushions. There you see it now. Look how tight that may be. He's just playing it off 1 cushion. Just a delicate little shot. And maybe he should have played it off 2, because he's left the red here. He's left 2 reds, actually. That was a poor shot from Ollie Carter.
1.
Reds very tightly
9.
packed indeed, but this class is very responsive. He's going to have to get a lot of zip in this cue ball here. Split the pack if he is going to. There is 1 loose red that he could play on, and that's what he's played on. He did have the opportunity to go into
16.
the pack there.
$17.
Now, he has to go into the pack here, but a bit more of a cute angle here in the black. Delicately played. Just bringing the 1 red out.
24. $25.
That was lovely. Very nicely controlled now. Hit the apex pink here. Full ball. As long as the red doesn't go in. Oh, wow.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 25. Ollie Carter.
That's unlucky.
5.
Yes, a really good split. Otherwise, it's always the danger, ever present, and it's always unfortunate.
Yeah, and just have a look at the split as well, Phil. He's got a red to the left centre here. He can hold for the pink, or he can go up for the blue.
$1.
Yeah, you always take a chance, don't you, when you go into the pack at that speed. Didn't actually come around to see where's there a possible plant. But just look at how well he's hit this. He's hit the pink full ball, which he had to do. Lots of pace.
7.
Very unlucky to knock the red in.
$8.
The one person not complaining is Carter. O'Sullivan was beginning to motor.
Fifteen. $16. $23.
Yeah,
24.
nicely moving that red out of the way, so the play for the pink into left centre. Once again, he comes to the table, he doesn't have to move any reds off any cushions. Just got to hold himself together here,
41.
Ali Carter. He had a nice century in the first frame. He's in good form. He knows that he's got to make the most of these opportunities to put any pressure on his opponent.
$38.
I thought the word that O'Sullivan used to describe Carter in the interview with Rob Walker beforehand was spot on. Feisty.
39.
He's pugnacious. Hates to lose. A real competitor.
Yeah, he's certainly all that.
46.
He's going to need those qualities tonight. Oh, I just got a bit straight on that red.
Ali Carter, 46.
That's the force. A little bit of nerves from Ali Carter. Hasn't left anything, but really should have got that. Chance missed.
Ali Carter, 40.
Ronnie playing the double. It's close. It's very close. Oh, what a shot he's played there. Excellent shot. Yeah, nicely played this, wasn't it, Phil?
Well, no one plays that shot better. The one where the red is quite a long way from the cushion. And he screws back off it so often. Plays that shot to nothing beautifully.
9.
Now, bear in mind, the snooker gods have been against O'Sullivan in this frame. Could the genius go against their decree and still win it?
14. $15.
Slightly overscrewed. May have to play this brown left-handed. It's a natural angle to come back up for the red, but it's all about pace, this shot. He's not got close to the red, so it's not as easy as it should have been.
19.
Quick glance at the score, he's 7 behind. This is a true tester, this red. Yeah,
Roy O'Sullivan, 19.
never got close to it. Has he got away with it? No, not really. Be disappointed, Ronnie O'Sullivan there.
He missed a not dissimilar to that very early on in the first frame by overcutting it. Just wonder whether in his mind he overcompensated.
One.
It's no good. It's too straight on the blue. Not a great angle on the brown. Pink is the best choice to get back up for that yellow. But this requires very good cueing. Playing it off. Possibly 4 cushions here to get close to that yellow ball.
Ollie Carter, 1.
He's missed the pink, but he's not got on the yellow. So 8 points behind Ronnie O'Sullivan. I don't think he'd be having a go at this yellow. He'd be trying to knock it down this top end of the table and leaving the cue ball somewhere tight to the ball cushion. Contemplating having a go, checking the scores. He's 8 behind, so he needs up and including the pink. He's tempted. What's he going to play? Safety, I think, is the best opportunity. Yes, good shot.
Yeah, that's the 2020 version of O'Sullivan, not the 1995 version.
I think he'd be taking this yellow one. He could play the simple, straightforward snooker, but very rarely refuses shots like this. Ronnie O'Sullivan played it nicely. Very nicely indeed. Perfect on the green. Now, of course, he will need that pink. This could be
5.
a very important frame, Phil, in the context of the whole match. Chance Ali Carter had. Ronnie O'Sullivan had a good chance. He's got another one.
9.
Well, he's greatly helped by not having to put any great pace into the pink because he doesn't need position on the black.
Well, I don't think he could have played that much better. I think he's got the angle just to stun the blue in. He's coming around to have a look. I don't think it's that straight. Well, maybe it is. He's got to screw off the cushion. I'll have a look at the zip he got on this. He's not perfect on it, so this is missable. But he does need the black. He just has to drop this pink in. He's going to be using the rest, but a little bit of pressure on this. This is a missable.
In the frame.
That was a heart-in-mouth shot. It thought about it, but it dropped. A swing frame there. It could have swung either way. In the end, it went to O'Sullivan dramatically, and he leads 2-1.
Yeah, Ali.
I must say,
Frame
I'm
four.
really enjoying this.
Ali Carter.
Always do when Ronnie O'Sullivan's involved, especially up against a quality opponent such as Ali Carter. But he will feel, Carter, that he missed the boat in the fourth frame. The key is not to dwell. Get on with the next. Easier said than done. Score update on table 2. Yan Bingtao with breaks of 37 and to finish off at 24. Took the second frame from David Grace. Grace did not pot a ball. So it's 1-1.
A little bit short of pace from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's left a possible long red here for Ali Carter. Missed a couple of long balls already this evening. Ali Carter started off with a really good one in the opening frame, and very disappointed when he had the opportunity in that last frame not to convert it.
Played the safety. Didn't intend the red to go anywhere near the pocket. When he puts his mind to it, Ken, which is increasingly so these days, he's such a clever safety player, isn't he?
Yeah, one of the best that's ever been. Doesn't get a lot of accolades for his safety player. Well renowned for it, but as you said, Phil, very, very clever. It's a pretty good return from Ali Carter too. Tight to the ball cushion. He's good cueing this one. Doesn't want to knock this red towards this bottom left hand corner pocket. Has he got the cover on the yellow? He has. There's always the danger of knocking the red close to that corner, but he's been fortunate. Here's Ali Carter in a lot of trouble here. Just wondering, is he contemplating here, Phil? Yeah, trying to lay on this red. It's over this bottom left-hand corner pocket. He doesn't want to hit the reds on the way down. He has done, and he's going to leave this red. Or is he? No, that's a very fine cut. This may just be on. Could have been easy, this one. Yeah, no problem. And he's nicely on the black.
Being able to play with both hands proficiently is such an advantage. We saw it twice in the previous frame. He knocked in Brown's left-handed, and playing that one left-handed also really helped.
I don't know how he does it, Phil. It really does baffles me. Some of the shots that he can play left-handed. Well, I use my left hand just to hold my fork in. That's about it. Certainly, it takes a lot of talent to be able to do it, and we see a lot of players can use both hands. Judd Trump is one, Jack Blazowski, but nobody as good as Ronnie O'Sullivan for sure. I think he's made centuries. I'm not quite sure what he's made a 147 left-handed, but he's definitely made centuries left-handed, no problem.
He made a 147 left-handed before he played left-handed in professional snooker. The first time he unveiled that skill was in the semi-final of a Matchroom League against Peter Ebden. We were all aghast. Couldn't believe it.
60.
I remember the first time in the World Championship when he played left-handed against Elaine Robidoux, and Elaine Robidoux thought it highly disrespectful and refused to shake Ronnie O'Sullivan's hand at the end of the match. It was quite a milestone.
Yes, there were a lot of left-handed shots in that match. I think what really upset Robidoux, there were a couple of one-handed shots.
25.
This is going to take a bit of time. Pink. Well, does it fit behind the spot in between the reds? If it does, it's going to take some job trying to get the pink in there. Don't drop it, Leo, whatever you do. Ooh. Good steady hand as Leo. Remember, Michaela Tab trying to spot the pink in the middle of the reds, Phil, and then she let the pink fall and the reds scattered everywhere. It was quite funny. Well, he's taking the pink out. Obviously doesn't fit, so has to go directly behind its own spot.
Thank you.
As close to the spot as possible, in line with the black and the top cushion, and that's the only place it could go. So back to table. Ronnie O'Sullivan, customary, sits in his chair until the referee is finished.
$49. $40.
Just one more loose red to go, but he's going to have a look at a plant here. The two reds are close to the pink spot. They may be a plant. Oh, they certainly are. There's a little bit of a gap between them, but that can certainly be made. Well, that's a nice little Brucey bonus for Ronnie O'Sullivan here in this break, because there was only one other loose red there available.
45.
And when playing this, he may be able to bring another red into play here, maybe two.
$46.
Just brought one into play, but that's okay.
$51.
If he was going to surrender position there, more than likely it was because he was going to hit the ball a little too hard. Terrific recovery pot. Well, he's on the brown. Is it worth it?
Yeah, there's only one red available here. He's going to screw it in out of bulk. Oh, this is a wonderful shot. Beautiful shot. And that's about as good as he could have done. Watch this shot here. Backspin. Lots of right hand side. Oh, well, he's missed the red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 56.
Must have been tight. So, although a 56 break, still nowhere out of the woods just yet. It was very tight, but missed it. And left another chance for Ali Carter here.
One.
Didn't find the middle of the pocket, hence loss of cue ball.
Eight.
There's a good pot on the black, but he was trying to get a full ball cannon on the pink for a red into left centre. He's not on that red now. So just a safety shot, trying to hide the cue ball behind the yellow. Good length of cue ball, but you see he's left Ronnie O'Sullivan. Possible safety off this red. Back up the ball. Could be pushing the red towards this left corner pocket. He's got to be careful. Half a chance for Ali Carter. There may even be a two-ball plant in the middle of those four reds that are together. They're very, very close. Looks like he's taking it on. Well, that looked like dead set, Phil. I don't know how he missed that plant, to be honest.
You're surprised? I'm surprised. Most importantly, Carter's surprised. The kiss on the black, though, has left O'Sullivan an awkward opener.
One.
Awkward? No, not really. It was to most people. Oh, and that was a shocker.
O'Sullivan, one.
A shocker.
Oh, that was virtually frame ball. Not the chance miss from Ronnie O'Sullivan. What a reprieve for Ali Carter.
8. Nine.
One quasi-awkward red on the table. But Carter will be fancying his chances.
Good
15.
shot. Like that with lots of screw on right hand side to straighten up the cue ball once it hit that top cushion.
16.
Mm.
23.
The field. The last red. One that's close to the left hand side cushion. There's plenty of room behind that red, so it won't be of much concern to Ali Carter. It's just important when he pots this red to get a good angle on the black or the pink. He's played for the
24.
pink. It's not a great angle. I would have liked to have been higher on the pink there. I think playing for black might have been a better option. You see it almost dead straight, so he's going to have to put the pink screw back the cue ball in the line where the cue ball is now and maybe leave a shot with the rest. And maybe he's got a slight angle off two cushions. Let's see if he can generate enough pace. It's not too bad. We'll settle for that.
30.
Nice nudge, really, all things considered. And you get the feeling the red that's coming up now after this is the linchpin of the frame.
Ali Carter, 30.
Yes, missed red, and here's the advantage of playing left-handed. Bad miss from Ali Carter, has to be said. You would have expected him to get that. Well, that's the difference.
1.
Being able to play that left-handed as opposed to using the rest is so much more of an advantage. Excellent shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, wasn't it just one of those that on TV to the uninitiated looks quite simple.
6.
Anything but. And now this is frame ball coming up.
8. 11.
It's not been vintage, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
15.
Carter is contributing to his own downfall, Ken.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of missed chances from both players in this frame, and it's in a very important frame. Of course, Ronnie will only need one now for victory. Ali Carter has his back against the wall.
Every cylinder on this rocket is not firing, but Carter is yet to leave the launch pad. He's 3-1 down. He needs all 3 remaining frames. Frame 4 was a tail of the last red.
Yeah, missed red from Ali Carter with the rest. And Ronnie O'Sullivan steps in left-handed and cued it beautifully, and that was the pivotal ball in that particular frame.
Frame 5.
Big advantage
Ronnie
to
O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan as he breaks off in the 5th frame. One more for victory and a place into the last 16 of the Grand Prix.
Given the way that this match has developed, it would not be a stretch to say that Carter could be 3-1 up himself.
I completely agree, Phil. He's had his chances and he started off so well with that century in the 1st frame, but just a couple of crucial pots. Frame winners that he's missed, and he'd be disappointed with that. He'll hold his hands up to say he had his chances. On another day, he could have easily been 3-1 ahead.
On the other table, Yan Bingtao is now 2-1 ahead of David Grace, having lost the 1st frame. So the youngster going nicely.
One.
Yeah, lovely opener. To the left centre pocket, he's got a nice angle on the black. He doesn't have to go into them here. Played to go into them, and unfortunately
Ali Carter 1.
missed the black. But has he left anything? Possible red up into the top left-hand corner pocket for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Possible red into the left centre, but it's the red up into the yellow pocket as we look here. Can screw back off the pack for the black. Ah, beautiful shot. Wonderful shot. He's got a wonderful angle here on the black. He can pot this black and screw back into the pack if he wishes. Bring some more reds into play. It's been a bit unfortunate there. He could have. Okay, he's on a couple of reds, but it could have been a little bit nicer.
Nine.
Yeah, just a bit short with the cue ball. We've got the blue into this bottom left hand corner pocket. Good recovery.
$14. $50.
He's taken some punishment from O'Sullivan over the years. Has Carter. Would you believe in 8 matches involving these two, O'Sullivan's had 2 or more centuries? The most notable, 2007 Northern Ireland Trophy at the Waterfront Arena in Belfast. That day, O'Sullivan broke a world record. In a best-of-9 frame match, he had 5 centuries, including a 147.
Well, that's gone wrong.
26.
And he's played that with a lot of pace. I mean, it's very unfortunate not to be on an easier red. He's taken this red on. Hasn't put up any of those.
26.
He's been quite good when he's got in amongst them close, but anything from distance. But look at this, Phil. Didn't have to play that. I was a bit surprised he played the split there, because he could have played on a couple of loose reds. This red next to the brown, just pot into the top left hand corner pocket. He's missed it, and I think he's left it as well. He's just missed too many of them tonight, Ali Carter. Okay, it wasn't easy, but 7 or 8 times out of 10, you'd expect Ali Carter to pot that particular red.
One.
O'Sullivan's not been watertight, but Carter has missed 9 pots so far, something you cannot afford to do.
Eight. Nine.
He's still struggling a little bit with the cue ball here. Once again, good recovery. is on this red, just to the left of the pink. This will open up the pink, of course, to the right centre.
13.
Now, won't need, of course, any of those reds there. They're tied up on the right hand side cushion, can just concentrate on these reds around the pink spot.
90.
He's such a perfectionist, Phil, and I'm sure that after the match we'll probably hear him say that he certainly wasn't happy with the way he played tonight. Considering it's just gone slightly wrong.
26.
I think he's been, of the two, he's potted the more important balls, hasn't he? And Ali Carter has missed those.
27.
He sets such exalted standards that when he dips below them, we criticise. It's not been that bad, but for him, it's been a little loose. But he'll be delighted with the scoreline, that's for sure.
$41.
Yeah, when he lost the first frame to a century from Ali Carter, we thought, maybe in trouble here, but certainly hasn't been the case. A couple of precarious moments that proved very vital in Ronnie O'Sullivan's favour. Ali Carter's missed chances.
49. 50.
Particularly in frame 3 and 4. Well, he could have easily won them.
Yes, Carter will be immensely disappointed.
57.
O'Sullivan's 15th win over Carter in 16 attempts. He missed a few tonight, did O'Sullivan, but in the end, his opponent missed a few more. The final scoreline, 4-1 to the Rocket.